acid alkaline food chart. The definitive. I love that, the definitive. Right? Now, this guy prizes Dr. Young. No comment on Dr. Young. He says he's a pioneer. He's far from a pioneer of the raw foods. Sorry. And he talks a lot about different ways of looking at the acid and the alkaline side of that, whether it's the ash or that's the stuff left over after you break everything down and heating up that stuff. And he talks about sugar, which makes them very acidifying when we consume them. That's not true. He's made some false statements here. Sugar is actually what alkalizes and sweetens your fruit. That's what actually is the ripening stage of the fruit. And there's no consideration here of the species, the type of species, the digestive needs, the things that you guys know to be true. So when you see people putting this out and slandering all the other stuff, you just realize that they're limited in their awareness. And these aren't healer people. These aren't people that have spent their lifetime pulling people out of hell. And they come up and they put this out there, and he says, and he does allude to the fact that there's so many charts. Well, he's just another one out there. Another one with his own opinions. And so we try to make our charts not from opinions, from actual facts, and taking into consideration the anatomic and physiological aspects of the species, the different species, and also anatomically how they're designed. Why are they designed the way they are, and why are they eating the types of foods that different animals eat? And how does their design fit in with the type of foods that they're eating? Well, that's the research we've done. And that's puts you on top because it tells you to understand why different animals are designed the way they are internally, why the pancreas secretes the level of digestive enzymes it does, the hydrochloric acid levels of the stomach, the difference. There's differences in all the species, the amount of stomachs, the volumes of the stomachs, the length of the GI tract, the hands, the claws, the hooves, the beaks. All those tell you what types of foods these different species can consume. And of course, intuitively, they go right to that. Man forgot that he's a frugivore. He's an islander species. So within the context of northern living and the types of food that northern living promotes, which you can see why in a cold climate, you're going to be more polarized to the acid-forming foods. In the hot, acidic climates like the tropics, you're polarized to the alkalizing foods. That's why man belongs in those areas. Those people that tough it out in the northern climates are eating foods that are disharmony from their body. So they're out of harmony. You know, vegetable. You know, so if we were vegetable eaters, we would have a totally different design. You'd look like a horse or a cow or, you know, even a bear is a high grass eater. We don't have any identification to that. We have identification to the primate family. But you have to also pull back and look at where they're living, the conditions that they're in. But the primates are frugivore species.